therefore
Dude, this
Alright,
guy's
okay,
calling
how
in the
about this, bro?
question. This
How
guy's
about this,
calling in the question if I'm calling him a
Infinity?
retard.
Okay, hold on.
yes,
Shut
I'm
up.
calling that into question because you're
Infinity
not about to
Reaper.
call
I've
me a
already told.
retard without any
Okay, okay,
justification.
Infinity. I
Do
already
you
told
realize
Unless you
you.
want
people
to
It's
do
drop
not
it?
that
okay.
People
point and move
call you
on.
Okay,
retarded
shut
and
up.
Would you
ignorant.
Shut
like
up.
to
That's
Shut
drop
up.
that
Shut
point
up.
and
political
Shut
move
the
on,
correct.
Reaper?
fuck up. I'm
It's
gonna
not a
give
point that
Infinity.
it be, you
I'm going
absolute
to get
fucking
loud.
idiot. It's like,
Shut the fuck
what?
up. Okay,
I don't know what you just said.
Infinity.
Would you like
Not
to drop that
everything.
point?
Me
Okay.
calling you a
Guys,
retard is not a premise or any
Reaper,
type
shut the
of
fuck
scenario. This
up.
guy's
I never said it
retarded.
was a premise, dumbass. What the
You quit
hell?
saying
I
dropping
said,
points. You know
well,
what a
yeah.
point
Let me
is?
explain what it actually is. Let me extrapolate. Okay, so
Alright,
Oh
you
shut
my
the
say,
fuck up.
god.
Both
well,
of you shut the
you're a
fuck
This
up.
guy
Both of you
retard.
stage.
shut the
I
fuck up.
shut up,
Hey, yo,
shut up,
Keo, aren't you
shut up.
supposed to be like
Bro,
moderating?
Keo,
Or...
someone
moderate
gang,
this.
Yeah,
someone
yeah, I
mute
forgot. I
Kabuki, bro.
forgot.
This motherfucker, bro.
Wait, Keo,
I'm
moderate.
giving
This
you
makes
both
sense. Keep
clarity.
on.
You're both being fucking retards talking about, oh my
Okay,
god,
so
I
hold
call
on,
you a
hold on,
retard.
hold on.
That's not a
Bro,
premise. Shut
I'm
the
you calling
fuck
me a
asking
up,
for a
retard.
retard?
premise.
Wait,
Kabuki, I'm literally
Keo.
asking for a...
Okay, shut the
Alright,
Okay.
fuck up so I
you
can
So,
call. Wait,
speak
hold
to
on, hold
him
on.
and you guys can reach an
yo, Keo,
understanding,
mute
you
both.
fucking
Okay.
Ohio nigger.
Just let
Are you meeting me, nigga? I wasn't done. So,
mute
Reaper, you
both.
calling me a
Nigga,
retard?
what?
I put that into.
Alright, bro. Mute both of
Okay.
them. Yeah, thank you, bro. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna talk now. Alright. First thing, Infinity, not everything that's brought up in a debate is an argument. You don't need to address him calling you a fucking idiot. It doesn't fucking matter. Stop. And Reaper, just shut the fuck up. You already know his position on the topic. Like, if you already have an established topic, you know his position. You already know what his premises are going to be. It's that simple. You guys don't need to do all this fucking stupid shit, bro. Stop. This is corny.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Actually,
Attacking
debate.
that repoint, that retard point was like that was
Okay,
retarded in itself.
actually, you know what, Infinity, I'm not gonna pull, I'm not gonna use that SCP on you, actually. I'll just use, like, an actual SCP. I'll take
That's crazy.
Alright.
Scarlet...
I'm out this
Anyways,
bitch. By the way, Reaper, we're gonna talk about this later, bro. You just ditched my server. It's over.
No, I'm sorry, I tried to debate Archie in your server, but Archie said you guys have perms there, so he's not gonna debate you.
I meant you
Just
versus
doing...
Infinity, but whatever.
Oh,
You're
this
good,
isn't
bro.
gonna gain activity.
I'm gonna
Okay.
change. I'm gonna change the theme and I'm gonna work on the
hey,
server,
hey,
bro.
Keo,
It's
can
Can
you
we
fine.
send
please
an
hurry this
invite
up?
to
I want this
Keo?
over with.
Wait, Keo. Wait, shut up, Reaper. Keo, can you send an invite
Oh
to
my
Nell to
god.
the private server?
Oh my god.
Anyways, affirm your position, and they provide your summary.
What?
I'm saying I'm going to take the comp Scarlet King or comp Scarlet Demon. The only reason I'm referring to Scarlet Demon is because it has several different references such as Karak, such as the Scarlet Demon, the Crimson King, the Crimson Pawn, and I believe the Longinus Spear and the Eagloss Gun.
You talk
So there's
faster,
different...
bro.
I'm saying there's different references for this character I'm using. So I'm gonna just take comp him. Okay, is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
I believe that my character can outscale your character.
That's not a position, but I believe my character
It is a
win.
position.
I mean, that could be your position. However, what I am saying when I say from your position is that what do you believe that, or what are you going to try to justify within this debate? Obviously, that's going to be your premise that leads to fulfillment of said
I'm
position
saying
that you have.
that...
However, hold on, don't cut me out, don't cut me out. So my position would be that my character wins, and my summary premise or my thesis that I'm putting forth in this debate would be that my character outscales or outhacks is yours. There's a differentiation between a premise and a position. I told you to affirm your position. If your position is that your character outscales mine, and your premise is that your character outscales mine, what does that entail, Reaper? I'll bring him back up.
Where is he at?
Okay, I forgot I have perms. We're good. Okay, Infinity. Me saying my character outscales your character is definitely a position. And
Yeah,
for
that's fine.
two, when
Yeah,
you say
I
win...
didn't clarify before you had cut
When...
out. I had said something. I
Oh,
said
okay,
that
go ahead.
if your position is that your character outscales mine, and your premise is that your character outscales mine, what does that
No,
entail?
I already told you my premise is going to be the evidence to infer that the conclusion is my character beats yours. I tried to speak that off, but like I kind of like my VC cut out since I was like pronouncing it, like I should say like asserting it.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just take the contrary. That's fine.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask you
Um,
before you accept this premise actually. Okay, I should say accepting, but I should say like this. Now, when you say win, what do you mean is win? Do you mean like you're gonna pull out some like random ass hacks at your ass and say this is why you win, or are you gonna actually like genuinely outscale me? Because like, what are you doing here?
Didn't you outscale me? No, that was just one of my submitting preferences. I had
Oh
said,
my
wait, I
god.
had proposed. Wait, you asked me a question. I proposed
Infinity,
that
keep
my
stage
character
active real
outscale.
quick. I'll be back in 2
Hold
minutes.
on. Oh, okay. Wait, what did he say? Oh, okay.
He said keep stage on. I'll be back in 2
Yeah, that's
minutes.
fine. I'll say it for the recording. I'm proposing two submarine premises, that being my character outscales and my character outhacks, or it can be a disjunction. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Wait.
Asking a question before I left. So could I finish the question? Then we can get
Oh,
there.
hello. So yeah, I'm just gonna
I
reaffirm
can
my
hear you.
position. That's gonna be that my character wins, and my submarine premises that my character is gonna win via outscaling or outhacking. I'm gonna prove that within the debate, obviously.
Here's the problem with this though, is I'm asking you to further elaborate on what you mean by winning. Are you gonna pull out some random hacks out your ass, or are you going to argue for outscaling character?
Okay, so what I mean by winning is anything that would allow my character to beat your character would entail or equate to a win. As in, if my character has absolute transcendence per se, then my character would absolutely transcend anything that you.
Okay,
show
I'm gonna
to
make
us
this sum. I'm gonna sum this
therefore,
down. If we're debating, I'm doing outscaling. I'm not doing hacks or like abilities.
outscaling.
something
Fuck,
specifically
nigga. Well, that's too
outscaling.
bad
That's
for
what I
you,
always
then. Get
do.
somebody. What the hell?
We're not debating. Then it's that simple.
Okay,
You
then.
know what? Actually, I'll take that topic anyhow. You're retarded.
I'm retarded, nigga. You
Bet.
sound fucking retarded
Yeah, I
as
think
hell.
you're
I'll beat
politically
you
dumb.
real quick. Hold on. Yeah, take
Okay,
the
that's
topic.
bet.
That's
Come on, let's
fine.
go.
So, oh wait, I
Bet.
want you to reaffirm your position. My position is that my character.
Your
wins.
premise. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Wait, shut up,
I'll
shut up,
reaffirm.
nigga.
Oh,
Don't
go ahead.
speak over me,
Go ahead.
bitch. Shut up. Don't
Who are you
speak over me.
talking?
Kill
You're
moderate.
retarded. Keep,
Kill moderate. This
go
nigga trying
ahead.
to speak over me. The fuck.
Affirm your
Hey,
position.
so I'll affirm my position. That's fine. My position that my character wins and my ceremony said position that will lead to fulfillment of it would be that my character outhaxes or outscales. Go ahead, provide your position, nigga.
Okay, yeah. For
Affirm.
one, you're misusing a premise. A premise is whenever
I'm
you're
not
using
misusing
evidence.
a premise, nigga.
Yeah,
The
shut the
premise
hell
is
up.
the
Let me
basis of
speak,
your argument that
retard.
leads
I
to
want that
fulfillment.
same respect. Mute him. Okay, for what a premise is exactly? It's just evidence to infer and obviously a conclusion, obviously. So in this case, your case would be, oh, well, my evidence is this character has set hacks, set this, and it's going to infer the conclusion is that my character beats your character. So it's not how that exactly
That's
works,
fucking retarded,
retard.
nigga. A premise
That's how
is
that
the
works.
basis of your argument. Wait, shut up, fucking nigga.
Basis
Don't
of an
let me
argument.
speak
Go
over
ahead.
me again, nigga. Shut up.
You're
Mute this nigga.
retarded.
Mute this nigga, Kill. Mute this nigga.
Fuck.
Alright, so a premise is what. Okay, let me explain what a premise is to you. A premise is the basis of your argument that leads to fulfillment of said stance that you're upholding within the debate. Your position is
You're
what you're
not
trying
even
to
taking the same
justify,
one as
and
me.
your premises are what you are using within the debate to justify your position. If you disagree with my denotation, we're gonna put an out for you.
Okay, yeah, Yami, don't mute me again because this dude's like going on and clowning out some random rant. Okay, for one, the definition I'm using
You mean
of
going on a
premise,
random rant? I was
I'm using
responding
the
to what you had
colloquial.
said, and yes, he's gonna
He's
mute you because
talking
we agreed upon-
again, dude. Like,
we
dude,
agreed
you
upon
don't quit
moderation,
talking.
idiot. Obviously, he's
God,
gonna
you don't quit talking. God, infinity.
All right, bro. Can just one person please just talk like how like it
You
shouldn't be
can
that hard.
talk civilly. I'm just trying to like tell him like there's no need to go on this tangent. The definition of premise I'm using is a previous statement or proposition which another is inferred as the conclusion. So this would be a previous statement or a proposition to infer the conclusion. Your premise and the conclusion cannot be
Okay,
the
that doesn't
exact
actually
same.
match
So
what I
you want
said,
to
though.
actually
You
make
put
it.
forth these- you
Okay
put
then.
forth these
So why
premise-
do you think your character wins? Why do you think your character
Okay, that's
wins?
fine. So you put forth these premises within a debate to lead to the fulfillment of your stance. That doesn't defeat what I said or adjust
Lead
what I said.
to
What your
the
wait, shut
conclusion
up.
being
Your
true.
definition. Wait, shut up. Your premises can be the evidence for your position. However, this still in line with my interpretation of the denotations of a premise. If you disagree, we're gonna put an Oxford once again, nigga. And I believe my character wins via the. Wait, shut up. Don't cut me off. My character wins via outscaling or outhaxing. I already affirmed this. So we
Okay then. So I'm gonna say your premise is going to be outscaling my character, correct or no?
Oh yeah, that's one of my premises. That's fine.
Okay then. Whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I
So
say. I mean,
your
I guess
premise
you
is
conceded
your
to my point,
character
then that's
can.
fine.
No,
First point
that's not what I'm
conceded.
saying at
That's
all.
fine. I'll move
That's
on to
not
my
even
character
a
scaling.
point.
Alright, so
I'm saying
yeah,
you
that is a
just
point.
literally
That is
agreed.
a
Wait a minute.
point.
I want him muted. I want him muted again. He's talking again,
that
as
is a
usual. If
point.
you don't
What?
shut the hell up
Why
ever,
would I be
I want him
muted?
muted. I want him muted. What the hell am I getting muted for? Like what?
Hold on,
Am I
Kill,
getting
you
muted
just
for? I'm
yo,
gonna move
I
on
ain't
to
gonna
my
lie.
character scaling.
Hold
Accidentally
on,
Yo,
muted.
take
yo.
away Infinity's perms.
Yeah, hold on, wait. I'm about to
Take
take away
away
both of
Reaper's
y'all.
turns. What the hell?
Both of no.
I'm not even
no,
muting you, retard. Like yeah, take
I
away
never
Reaper's
said
perms.
you
The guy
were
that's not
muting me,
using them.
retard.
Take away Reaper's
Hold on.
perms. Why are you taking away
Why
Reaper's
is
perms?
up,
You
bro?
muting me, idiot. I never even implied
Okay,
that at all.
please take his perms and mute him. That's all I want right now.
Yeah, take
Yeah,
Reaper's
man.
terms as well.
I'm
Just
sorry,
in
I'm
case.
trying not to
already
be
did.
petty with this guy, but I'm gonna.
Okay,
Okay, listen. I want to mute it.
No,
Now
because
mute him,
this
please,
nigga's
so I can
being a
finish my
retard.
point.
What the hell?
So please mute him so I can finish my point.
Wait, who was? Wait, hold
I
on.
was
Who was
talking
talking?
before you.
Who's
What?
talking first? Who's talking first?
What? I was literally proposing
I
a
was
point, and you
speaking
literally
before.
interrupted me by interrupting. You literally interrupted me by saying you're conceding a point. You're conceding a point. He literally
Yes, you
interrupted me
did
by
concede
saying
the
that.
point. You
He
disagreed,
interrupted me
and then
by
you agreed
saying
to my
that.
point. That's a
He
concession to your
interrupted me
original
by
stance.
saying that. Infinity, it's not because if you're agreeing that your premise is the evidence,
Are you fucking retarded? If I
aka
affirm my premise and it's
my
disrupting that you
character is going to
disagree with
lead.
that being
Your
your
evidence for winning is hacks or outscaling, you absolute retard. That's you conceding to the point already. So there's no need to sit here and argue on this little useless premise. You already agreed to the premise I already set forth and said what we believe premises are to be. So let's move on to the scaling and quit being retarded. It's that simple. God damn, dude.
I mute this dude.
Can't
Mute this
stand
dude. I want to
talking
speak.
autistic
Mute this
people.
dude. Yami, mute him.
Okay,
All right,
okay.
so you're fucking retarded. A concession is where you disagree or deny original position, and then you go into agreeing to it. That's you conceding to that stance, you dumbass nigga. So if I affirm a premise and then you disagree with that being able to be a premise, and then later on you say, well, you can use that premise or that could be a premise, that would be you conceding to the point. So first point to me, we can move on, nigga. Let's go. I'll start off with my Griffith scaling. So are you aware?
Yeah, no, that's not how that works. Wait a minute.
That's
So, okay, I
exactly
want
how-
the same respect. I want him muted again. Actually. Okay, listen, now I'm going to talk to Yami because I'm not getting nowhere with this dude. Like, it goes to one ear, not the other. So, Yami, listen. I proposed A. Okay, so your conclusion to me, your character beats mine, correct? He says yes.
Y'all agree to adjust because like I don't want to like judge this or anything.
Well, Yami, I'm just asking you for like consensus because this dude, like, I feel like I'm getting nowhere with this guy. Like, I feel like I'm like, it's really dumb. We're arguing upon like some stupid shit, but I'm like, just like justify why he's wrong, and then we're gonna move on to scaling. And for one, I propose a dialect. I propose me and you debate, or I propose anyone debates me. So I'm gonna scale first. Let me actually refute what he said now. So what Infinity exactly said? Oh my God, you guys unmuted him again. Like, what the hell? Okay, so what he exactly said is he said you're conceding to this. Now I said your premise is obviously the evidence is for the claim. He disagrees. Now his evidence of why he thinks his character beats mine is obviously due to outscaling or obviously to hacks, which he agreed. Oh, that's my premise. It's gonna be part of my premises. And I said, oh, okay then. So you're obviously agreeing with what I'm saying. He's like, and I'm like, oh, okay then. And he says, oh, you're conceding. Like what? Okay, listen. We both know what our premises are. No need for me and you to sit here and argue upon this. We can go into genuine scaling and we'll be fine. Like we don't need to do this. I proposed I left this for the speech. I'm gonna scale first.
I will. I am.
Alright, so let me explain why it would be concession to the point. Once again, you're not actually addressing me saying we can appeal to Oxford definitions for the denotation of concession. As I had to define it in a particular way, that being that a concession is where you're denying something being the case, and then you go to agreeing to it. That is concession. If you're saying, well, that is not a premise, our definitions of a premise are conflicting, and then later on you agree my denotation of a premise and say I can use this and affirm it within a debate, that would be you conceding to my position. So let's move on to the scaling, retard. You want to start an assault, and obviously I'm gonna assault you back, nigga.
This guy is autistic. Medium. I want to talk to KO actually, because KO, you wouldn't judge this actually, because I'm not sitting here with this dude for longer than like 15 minutes.
Hey, what?
Hey, are you here? KO, could you judge? I'm not gonna sit here and listen to this dude for 15 minutes longer. I'm gonna wrap this up and make it like a one shot. I'm done. I don't listen to this dude at all.
I'm moderating.
KO, can you judge? You can do both.
I don't. Y'all want KO to? All right, bro.
I mean,
1 sec. I have no clue. Her mom already asked me. I don't know. 1 sec.
Y'all sure y'all want KO to like judge that shit? KO, you need to stay on top of that moderation because earlier, what the hell is going on, bro? He said, "Get Justin up there." Alright. I don't know who that is, but like, hopefully.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so what I want to say exactly is KO. Listen. So for one, if you were recording there, obviously I feel like we're arguing upon something stupid. I already said out loud that okay, I'm using the colloquial definition, and then dude tries to say, well, I'm using the Oxford definition. He never disagreed with what I was saying. I put the proposition due forth, and due to prima facie, we're obviously going to my definition because he never refuted what definition I'm using, and I obviously stated this first is on recording, and for two. How this goes exactly is he himself said, oh, my premises are going to be my character out-hacks or my character outscales yours. That is evidence. That is reasoning. That is reasoning for your conclusion, or where you're going to like lead to this conclusion or get inferred off from this conclusion. I should say infer off from these premises to reach this conclusion. Me and him are saying here, like him saying, oh, this is the first point. Like, dude, it's not even a point. We're literally coming to a consensus because he agreed that his premises are going to be this exact thing. And for one, now I can start scaling, so you can unmute him and we can get scaling. Like, I don't think it's that hard. I think it's like this is something super simple that he's dragging out. And please unmute Justine down. Oh my God, it's Corin.
I'm trying to have a little conversation with you. This is not fucking Corin. Who the hell is Corin?
Justin, wait, Infinity. There's no need to respond to it. It's not a debate. It's not a debate.
Shut up. Stop speaking over me.
Reaper, can you stop talking for a sec?
Alright, so let me respond to that. You can be abiding by your own colloquialness, like originally. I don't really fucking care, my nigga. If I say that, or if I'm putting forth this definition, then I said we're gonna put an Oxford for the specific denotation. I define it you myself and say that a concession is when you disagree with the initial stance and then you go back into agree to that stance. That's a concession. If you have your own colloquial definition of concession, that's fine. I wasn't abiding by your colloquialness, dumbass nigga. If I put forth this definition, obviously I'm either abiding by my colloquialness or I make specifications that I'm abiding by another tiering system, or not a fucking tiering system, a dictionary that we can appeal to. So I defined a concession. If you have a conflicting definition, you can affirm it. I have no problem with that. And with the primacy shit, you have a position within the debate. You're trying to justify you're trying to justify your stance or said position that you have. All these premises are the basis of your argument that lead to fulfillment of said position that you're trying to uphold within this debate. So we can move on to the scaling of the character. Second, if you don't want me to insult you, don't insult me, Reaper. I've been a retard. Unmute him so we can continue on with our scaling. You already conceded the first point.
Wait, hello?
Okay, I'm gonna say it like this. I think I already properly. Wait, okay, go ahead.
Wait, Akana, would you be able to judge?
No.
Okay, whatever. Okay, it's all good. I'm gonna say it like this. I think I already proposed like reasoning on my argument of why I won. He didn't really refute it. He can think he refuted it. I think wait, Infinity. I'm not done. Infinity, I'm not done yet. I think I probably refuted everything he's saying. I don't think he probably. No, you don't have to mute him. You don't have to mute him. I think I probably refuted it. He thinks he refuted mine. We obviously can. Wait, Infinity. Infinity. I would chill. Infinity. I'm gonna be like, I'm trying to be cordial about it. You're like, we're speaking again. Like, I asked him to unmute you so we can
Reaffirm it. I
talk
want you to
cordially, and you're like
explain why you
unmuting me again.
won. What?
I already said on recording, I believe why I won. I don't have to restate why I think I won. You
Well,
heard
want
what I
you to
said. You
reaffirm
repeated the
because
same
your
argument, which I
opponent- your
refuted.
opponent
You're at this
trying
point,
to
you're going.
debate us who didn't hear it.
Okay, Infinity. We
I
can
don't
go
know
straight
why
to
you're
verdict
trying
right
to
now. I think I already
lie.
won
Actually,
this.
I said debate.
We can go straight to verdicts.
Actually, this
We
is
can
a
go
set
straight
prerequisite.
to
If
verdicts.
you tried to rat, if you tried to
We
use
can go
the self
straight
or anything
to
like that,
verdicts.
it would be a concession. You're trying to rat right now.
I'm
as you're
not.
trying to
I'm being
convey your
dishonest.
point to your
Tell me how I'm being
opponent.
dishonest.
Therefore, that would
Tell
be
me
a
how
hot
I'm being
concession. So,
dishonest.
GG's.
Tell me
GG's,
how I'm
brother,
being
GG's.
dishonest.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah, that's
yo,
what I'm trying to
hold
say.
on.
And
Yo,
Infinity.
guys. One at a time. You stop spurging. Just go point by point.
I'm sorry.
Stop.
We already went
Don't
point
get
by point.
get on track. Get on track.
Akino,
Please.
I'm literally Akino. Listen. He's trying to argue upon me what the premises are, but then he
Keeper,
agrees
shut
that.
up.
Then we come.
You're
Wait
trying
a
to
minute.
just
No, I'm
go
talking
to
to Akino now. I'm
the
talking to
conclusion.
Akino now.
Yo,
I'm talking
hold
to
on.
Akino now.
One at a time, bro. I'm a judge, but
Okay, Akinos, listen. And I'm just gonna talk to you, please, because I'm sorry, I'm getting nowhere with this kid. I'm going with the one, you're going off the other. I said, okay, my character. I said my promise is going to be obviously that my character outscales your character. He said, well, how's that gonna be the conclusion? I said, well, how it's gonna go exactly is my premise going to be outscaling, and it's going to infer the conclusion is my character beats your character due to outscaling. And he's like, oh well, actually, I can argue for hacks too if he wants. I think he want me to take a negation anyhow. But what he's saying is like, oh, well, my premise is going to be my character beats your character. And I'm like, well, that's not a premise. You just disagreed with. You just told me a premise wasn't. Well, the premise wasn't you winning. Your conclusion is you winning, right? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, so your premises would be like, oh, your character has out hacks as mine, and your character outscales mine to reach the conclusion that your character beats mine. And he's like, oh, no, you conceded. Like that's you conceding. I'm like, what the hell? Like what are we talking about? Like what? And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, this point is completely useless. We have the premises down. There's no need to argue. We can go straight into scaling. Unless you're trying to go on some point. I think probably on recording, this is stupid to even argue about, stupid to even go on about. We agreed that what premises are going to be. No contentions were given to the premises. We can just go straight to scaling. There's no need to sit here and me and him to argue. That's all I'm proposing. There's like we already think we probably both. You think you refuted me. I think I refuted you. We can straight move forth and just go straight to scaling our characters. And he never contended that I proposed dialectics so I can go first. And when we're scaling our characters, so obviously I get to scale first. That's kind of simple. Formal. No, I
But
don't.
the Infinity say you have a what? A ring? What the fuck?
I don't actually know either. That's the problem.
Infinity, what are you saying? Yo, someone unmute this guy.
Yo,
Why is
Keo,
he-
but
We're arguing up. Here, I'll mute myself. I'll mute.
I want you to mute Reaper real quick. All right, so now this dude is trying to misconvey my point. Straw made me complete. What I was saying was I had told him to affirm his position, and originally he had gave an incorrect position, so I corrected him and said that's not the position that he had said. Well, I want that to be my position. It was like it's okay, I'll take the contrary. Then later on, we had both reaffirmed and reassembled our original positions, which is fine. I know that's hedging. However, he did it too, so I said it was okay since I'm going to do it. I reaffirmed my position and said it's my character wins. That's what I'm trying to justify within the debate. Then I had said my premise would be that my character either outscales or out haxes. Those are the basis of my arguments within this debate that leads to the fulfillment of my stance. That's what I'm trying to justify within the debate. Those premises and my stance. So if he says, well, I disagree with that being able to be your premise, obviously he has conflicting denotations or definitions of a premise or premises. I had said, well, can you define it? He never actually defined it. Well, he did define it, but it was literally like retarded as hell. And then it was conflicting with mine. I had said, well, I'm just going to affirm it to be my premise. I already explained why. And then he had said, well, that can be your premise. Obviously, via the denotation I'm appealing to, which he never actually provided anything that was counteractive, it would be a concession. I had said a concession is where you're denying someone's stance or denying something and then agreeing to it. That's the denotation. That's Oxford denotation. I said I was going to appeal to that. I said we can appeal to that. He didn't provide anything counteractive. Therefore, it can be a concession. And this point would be relevant because it's linear towards both of our stances. We need to affirm our positions and affirm our supplementary premises to said position we have. And we can just move on. I said we can move on to our scaling. I don't know why this dude is still on this point. He conceded to my stance.
Okay, Infinity. Me and you could talk, okay?
No,
So
we don't have
I
to
feel
talk.
like me
We
and
can
you are
just
coming.
move on.
Wait, no, Infinity, listen. I'm gonna talk to you. I think, Infinity, listen. Me and you just came to a consensus on something. You agree that your premises are going to be these set things. I agree my premise is going to be set things. The way we're defining it is we're kind of using premises the same way, in a way. Like, we're both agreeing what our premises are and what our conclusions are. Me and you are literally coming to an agreement where it's arguing upon a definition to reach the same premises. Like, you agree your premises are going to be out-haxing or outscaling. Mine's going to be out-haxing or outscaling, the same as yours.
Wait,
Me and you both agree to this, right?
Can I address
I'm
that?
sorry, Infinity. I'm asking a question. Like, it's a general question.
That's
It's
the
not like I'm
problem.
addressing.
You
It's a question.
disagree with my premises being able to be that at the start.
Okay, no, I'm telling you, I believe it's like, okay, I'm saying evidence for your character beating mine will be out-haxing or outscaling. Your evidence for your character
Yes,
beating
and
mine will
oh
be
my
out-haxing
God.
or outscaling, correct? Correct?
I believe that's the basis of the argument that's going to be presented. I don't
Okay,
believe it's the
so
complete
the way we're
evidence. There's a
defining it,
differentiation. Reaper, there's a differentiation. That's what you're
okay,
conflating.
side of these two categories is there going to be some type of evidence of why your character beats mine.
You
Inside
said you want
two-
categories? What'd you say?
I said in these two categories of hacks and obviously hacks and fucking scaling.
Yes,
When it comes
outscaling
down to
will
these
be
two
the
things, we agree,
premise,
right?
and then me justifying
Okay,
why
bet,
he
we're good then.
outscaled.
We're good then. We're good then. We're good then. No need to argue.
Hold on,
We're
hold
good.
on.
We're good. We're good.
Wait, hold on,
We're
hold
good.
on. Outscaling would be the basis, and then I'm going to justify and provide evidence to why he would outscale and how he outscales. And then for the hacks thing, it will be the basis. I'm going to justify why
Okay,
he
Infinity, we're
outhacks.
agreeing. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're
Our
good.
definitions are somewhat conflicting. So if you would concede to
They're
the fact
not,
that
but
you
it's
use
okay.
it, that would be a concession. We can move on to the prerequisites because there's a couple
Okay.
things I want to agree upon. Do you agree?
Okay, I think me and him came to a consensus on what a premise and what our premise is going to be. So there's really no
Me,
need to hear
what
us
do you
argue
believe a
us. Wait,
consensus is?
Infinity. Okay, guys, listen. You're agreeing your premise is going to be
What do you believe
A.
a consensus is, Reaper? You keep using this
My
word.
Wait, listen. Wait. I need you. I'm gonna define it. I'm giving an example of it, and I'm gonna give
Can
an
you
exact
define it right
definition
now
of it.
before you provide an analogical argument? I want
Okay.
the definition of a consensus.
Consensus. I feel like it's in a type of agreement. An agreement,
A
so it has
type
to
of
think. You're saying like
agreement?
conflicting. I'm
Okay,
saying
that's
okay.
fine. You
When
can
wait, listen. Half of it.
Okay,
Listen.
Reaper,
Listen.
before you
Wait.
continue, I want to
Infinity. You
address that. I
cut
want to
me
address
off
that again.
again. Cut him off.
Hey,
No.
yo,
No.
I'm
moderator,
No.
not
bro.
cutting
No.
you
Yeah,
off.
No.
You
hey,
literally
No.
just
moderator.
wait. You made it. I
No.
want you to
Nigga, stop spurging. What the hell?
Hey, oh my fucking god,
Okay,
bro.
listen. I'm gonna be real about this. If I get muted again, we're going to lose because this shit. Like, I'm trying to like actually have a chat, but this guy keeps just keep cutting me off. You're meeting Reaper. Like, I'm confused. Why are we meeting Reaper? The Reaper's openly trying to give him like a conversation on something, and he's just like repeating. Like, actually, no, I'll just go into it. So for one, what exactly he's doing? And now listen, you guys can all vouch for this. Like, listen, he's saying they're conflicting in some way because we interpret premises a different way. Because he's saying it's a basis. Now listen, I'm not saying a premise cannot be a basis for an argument. I'm saying a premise is the basis, the evidence, the reasoning of why your conclusion is this thing, which we both came to a consensus on. He's just attacking like, oh, mine has a basis. You're not agreeing it's a basis. Like, listen, it does not matter if it's a basis. It can be a basis. We're both saying like, oh, our premise. If he believes our premise is a basis, it could be that exact thing. I'm just saying, in these bases, our premise are going to be A. Our character outscales, these character out-hacks us, which you both agreed to, so there's no need for us to sit here and keep arguing this. We are completely fine. We can move past this. He said we can go to scaling. So I'm going to start on scaling, and that's all we have to do. Infinity. Now you got to meet him, please. Ask him, is there any refutations for us just going moving to scaling? Because I feel like we've already properly did a stuff, and
Okay,
it's over.
first. Let me address literally every single claim you made. First,
Go
with the
ahead.
consensus stuff, hold on. Us coming to an agreement, and then wait, first you denying something being the case, and then coming to an agreement on it would, by definition, on Oxford, which I'm appealing to, would be the denotation of a concession, Reaper. 2, before we move on to scaling, I want to establish a couple prerequisites, and 3, there's a differentiation
for it,
between.
bro.
Hold on. There's a differentiation between me saying my premise is a basis, and then you saying your premise is the evidence entirely. I said this basis will entail the evidence.
Reasoning is
with this
evidence.
basis, I'm gonna hold on. The basis will lead up to the justification for why said basis will be the case. However, I drawn out the differentiation. If you were denying that being the case, then it will be a concession if you were to agree to that and come to a consensus with me. With me, not overall, with me.
Okay,
Reaper.
Infinity.
So can we move on?
Infinity. I think we already talked. I think we came to some consensus. And if you think you disagree with me, I think we already figured out what's going on
Okay,
here.
look,
I'm gonna go to scaling because I feel like I've already everything that's we've already like went on. Wait a minute, Infinity. You just
Go ahead,
you asked a question, so I'm trying to talk.
Go ahead.
Relax.
Wait, I didn't ask the question. What?
You kind of did. You're like you can move on to scaling. So I'm gonna like say this. Like, listen.
Before you
I
move
think
on,
I've already
before you move on
properly
to scaling, I wanna
shown.
say something real quick. Wait. First, I want prerequisites. I don't know why you keep skipping past that. Second, you can label it as a concession.
Prerequisites,
Hold
what
on. You
is your
can label it
prerequisites?
as a concessions. However, I already explained why it would be concession by definition. If you disagree with that, however, you don't refute it, we can just move on with the debate with how you label it, and then I label it this specific way. We have both two interpretations that are differentiated. You can believe it's something else.
Oh
However,
my
I'm going to
God.
believe it's this, and we can move on. So, do you agree to VSBW for a tier system?
It depends what type of VSPW.
What the hell?
What sets are we using VSPW?
You just left.
I'm sorry, Yami, but Yami, I'm actually getting like autism, dude. I'm trying. I'm being honest. I'm trying.
Wait,
I'm not getting anywhere. Like, it's really not. This is stupid. Okay, Infinity. I'm gonna keep this very simple.
VSBW for a tiering system?
It depends. What specifically on VSPW? Because I disagree with to an extent of it.
Okay, what do you disagree with?
I mean, I didn't know. Like, what if we're coming down to, like, for example, current VSPW believes that characters cannot go beyond the concepts of space and time.
Oh, well, that's retarded. I mean, yeah, we can.
You didn't know that?
agree. Yeah, I didn't know that, to be honest. So we can agree with not using that particular thing. You agree with that?
VSPW. I mean, shit. You can already. Sure, we can do that. We don't have to do that.
Do you agree that logicality is out, or do you believe it doesn't exist within fiction?
A logicality. It depends.
Yes.
What type of logic are we using, and why would logic directly scale that? Wait a minute. Wait, what is universal for you?
Universal, I mean, we're appealing to the tiering system, of course, so it would just be whatever the qualification for universal.
You know what? Actually, we want to use VSPW actually, because I want to I don't think that's. Like,
yeah,
just
yeah,
use
that's
VSPW
fine,
actually.
that's
We can
fine.
agree
I
that
believe,
can go
like-
beyond the tiering system. Let's do that. That sounds fun.
Wait, what did you just
I
say?
disagree. Wait a minute. I'm gonna discuss
wait, what did
I
you just say?
disagree with duality.
Wait,
I said, do
what
you want
just say
to
about
agree
the
that
tiering
characters
system
can go
something?
beyond the?
Yo,
Do you
but
agree
can I
that
have a
characters can go
number?
beyond the tiering system?
Yes, I agree with that completely. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, Betham.
Yes.
So, okay, what I'm gonna say next. I don't agree with the duality part of it. Is that okay with you?
The duality part. Do you agree logicality is bare minimum outer first?
No.
Okay. And duality. You know what? This will be a fun debate without that. Yeah, fuck that shit. All right, what else?
Okay.
You agree that
let's
this
see.
battle's taking place within a hypothetical verse,
Hypothetical verse.
or would you just like
if
to
my
agree to
character-
SBA?
I mean, that's where it's gonna come. I don't use SBA. I know this is gonna come up soon. I don't agree to
That's-
SBA really because once you reach these higher ranks of VSPW, like, or you go to the certain rank, like, for example, if my character is beyond the concept of space and time, I don't think my character can exist in any playing field or any spatial
Yeah.
coordinate. So obviously, I think like that's why I'm saying like I think SBA is kind of a stupid concept. That's why I think we should directly stick to just outscaling. Because if you have hacks and my character outscales yours, how are they gonna fight? You know, it's just gonna be one character looking at the other one as fiction, the other one not being
okay,
able to fight
so
it.
you don't need to actually be able to conceive something for you to actually out hacks it. For example, you can have absolute
I
transcendence. Hold on.
disagree.
Oh, wait, hold on. You can have absolute transcendence that's passive. You're in a state of being that
Oh,
transcends
really?
absolutely anything. I don't need to be able to conceive you and you be on this higher dimensional plane. I just absolutely transcend you because that's in my narrative or that's just how my state of being functions. That's the functionalism.
Okay, Infinity. This is where this
So-
just gets a bit tricky. So, did you know absolute infinity's not absolute infinity? Sorry. Do you know what absolute transcendence is actually dependent upon or contingent upon the cosmology itself? Right.
Cosmology itself, as in you believe it only works inverse?
It only works at like, okay, for example, 3812 is a perfect example of this. We all know he transcends everything in his verse, or like, you know, it says he passively transcends. But the problem with this is though, say for example we have a box, and there's an
Yep.
infinite amount of boxes outside this box. Now say 3812 is in the smallest box. He can keep transcending layer by layer by layer by layer. There's just an infinite amount of layers, an infinite stack in that one exact narrative. How is he going to transcend what cannot be transcended because it's never ending, you know?
Never ending. Well, I
Like, you
believe
only
you
can
could just, like-
transcend what exists dependent in your verse. Like,
Yeah,
for
that's fine,
example,
that's fine,
if you
that's
prove
fine.
to
Okay,
me
so we
like this
define this-
exists, then sure.
I don't really know what you just said with the last part, but
Okay,
if
I'm
we
just like
define the
this.
thing-
If you can prove to me this thing exists in your verse, now we can obviously come to the same like consensus on like, oh, if this actually transcends it or not.
Okay, that's
Just
fine. We
depends
can
on
argue
what
upon
the
that within a
stance
point,
itself
yeah,
says,
we
you
can
know?
argue upon that within a point. But
Okay, got it,
do you
got it.
believe, yeah.
Anything else, or are we good?
do you want to put an Oxford dictionary?
It depends because I think some of the definitions are stupid, but like
what do you
it
believe
depends.
is
Like, what are you
stupid?
specifically using it for?
Um,
Let's see. They give some like random like for I think I was trying to remember what the definition of it is. I'm trying to remember what it was. Exactly pataphysics to be exact. I think the definition they give on
For
Oxford is like
pataphysics-
yeah,
wait, wait.
pataphysics.
For philosophical concepts such as those, we can just like appeal to Wikipedia's and explain via induction why our denotations.
Okay,
or-
then. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna like if the Oxford says like something completely distinctive from what I actually think it is or something like that. Like I have a different definition. We can obviously argue that there. I don't think it's really a need to agree to like all Oxford itself because I have never like actually read all Oxford, so we don't know if it's true or if it's false. Like certain things that we disagree with.
I
Actually,
just want to agree
so you want to
a
just argue when it comes
simplistic
to
thing.
wait
You
a
can
minute. You
continue.
want to agree when it comes to that point or no? We can argue on it if it comes to that point. You know, like you can argue semantical probability. You want to do that if it comes down to that?
Semantical probability. Actually, yeah, that's fine. We can argue upon induction.
It's okay, yeah.
But hello. But do you agree that like there's these four main branches of philosophy would be, or these four main derivatives of philosophy would be logic, exoology, epistemology, and
Okay. Now, I feel like they study a lot into like logic, but itself, like for example, there's certain theories, like a lot of theories actually. For
I
example,
mean, yes, there's multiple
theological
philosophical
like
concepts
propositions
that
like
are
that.
derivatives of philosophy. I'm
I
talking
know,
about the
but I'm
four
saying
main
like this
branches.
though. I'm saying logic may deal with logic itself. Philosophy may deal with just logic, sure, but it also deals with the lack of logic, the lack of epistemology, the lack of knowing. What do we do not know? So I'm saying if we're to sit here and go on this like this exact thing, I feel like it doesn't just deal with logic. It deals with like everything we could possibly
before you
conceive or anything we
continue,
can't
do you agree
conceive.
with Nell judging?
No, fuck, no.
Nell, he said no. Wait, is Nell even in VC?
Yeah, I think he was in VC a minute ago. I'm sorry, but that dude's not judging any debate of mine.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Wait, what were you saying?
Let's see. I'm trying. Okay, I think philosophy deals with like I think everything that's unconceivable and conceivable. So I mean, it may deal with the entirety of logic itself, sure, but it deals with a lot of outside logic, extra
Yeah,
logical
those could be
stuff
like
that transcends
everything you
logic,
said.
holds all logic and
Wait,
illogical. So like those kind of.
what you had said is in line
ahead.
with my original my original qualification for it being philosophy.
And
I'm
no, but you
saying that
tried to
these four
sum
main
it down as
these
just
four main
logic.
derivatives or four main branches would be what I named off. Obviously, all those could be in collective included.
And no,
or
but
inclusive of
let's say like
philosophy.
this though. But they deal with notions that reside outside law. Like, I'm gonna try to explain like this. You know what a logical is,
I
right?
never.
Like the lack of logic, the lack of understanding, lack of knowing, like that kind of stuff. You know what that is?
Wait, what'd you say?
Do you know what the lack of knowledge, the lack of knowing, the lack of epistemology is?
All of those philosophical concepts, you're aware they're still derivatives of
Oh my
philosophy.
God.
However, they're not just the main. They're not just the
Okay,
main
that's
concepts or the main.
begging the
What?
question though. That's begging the question because listen, that's kind of
Wait,
what
how is it
begging
begging
the
the question if
question.
I'm
Don't
asking
worry.
for this establishment?
I'll explain.
be
I'll explain. I'll explain.
Hold
I'll
on,
explain.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
So,
I'm saying, how is it begging the question if I'm asking for this establishment of philosophy?
oh,
having
okay.
these
Sorry,
four
my
main
fault. Then my
derivatives?
fault. Then
Hold
you're
on.
asking a question.
These
My
four main
fault. My fault. My
derivatives
fault.
and all these other things that you're mentioning, all these philosophical concepts.
Okay. Did he cut out Honor or is it me?
He
Got
cut
me?
out. He
Okay.
cut out.
I'm trying to like. Okay, I'm gonna try to sum this down like easy as I can. I'm not saying his
He's
four
like-
branches don't exist in philosophy. And I'm trying to specify this for like everyone here. I'm not saying like just his four branches. He's trying to like sum it down like, oh, it's all contingent upon these four exact branches. Or these are the exact four branches of this. I'm saying they deal with a lot more than just these exact notions he's setting out on the field. Like I think there's a lot more branches. Like a lot. So he named four branches, and I just explained.
Wait, that's the
how
problem.
there's
That's the
obviously,
problem.
like,
That's the problem. Reaper.
Go ahead.
Wait, this is why you.
Tell me, what's going on?
Let me speak. This is why you let me speak. I never said it was contingent upon these four main branches. I
Oh,
said
okay
these
then.
are the.
Okay.
I said these are the four
They
main
hold
branches.
these.
I want that as an establishment.
Oh no, I
Obviously,
disagree
there's other
already.
derivatives within philosophy. There can be other branches. However, these are the four main branches that I'm referring to.
Mm.
There's other branches that are derivatives. There's other philosophical concepts, etc., etc. That doesn't debunk it being philosophy or anything like that.
Okay.
However, these are the four main branches that we know.
I'm gonna try to explain this to you like this. Infinity. So I'm gonna try to like change the semantics a bit here, so we can come to some consensus at least. I want to drop the main branches point because there's a lot. Like I don't think it's really like there's a lot to cover over just like if you say main because there's a lot really. But I don't want to say main on that. If you mind if we change that word just a little bit because that seems a bit like finical there. I don't want to like really
What do you
like
mean
attack that
main?
really.
I
It
mean,
sounds
like,
weird.
Most things.
You mean
that
it's
we
like there
point out-
these all most of it is like on these things. You can say that. I'm just saying there's like anything we can't conceive or anything we can't conceive or can know or not know is in this thing. So I think logic covers like maybe like half of it covers what we do know, sure, but it does not. Philosophy itself holds these things that we do not know. So it can hold this logic as you're proposing, sure. It's just going to hold a lot more, and I don't think it's the main branches at all either, which we came to a consensus to already. So I think from that we're going to start the debate because I feel like we're coming to a consensus at least.
Are you gonna?
Wait, is he here? Quit. Respond to DMs real quick.
What happened? Why is Infinity down? Infinity, get your black ass.
I don't know
up
why
here.
he keeps.
Hello,
going.
hello, bro. I cannot do this, bro. If I drop down one more time, can we postpone this until like tomorrow?
Yeah, we can. It's all good. I'm gonna be honest
Thank
with you
you,
though. I'll
bro.
probably be on block space all tomorrow. So if we like postpone this, it's probably never gonna happen again. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah. By the way, Reaper.
Oh my god. Alright, bro. I literally cannot do this, bro. If I keep dropping out.
About to hop
But
on
what I was
us.
saying was, it doesn't. Wait,
Infinity.
so,
Oh, go ahead.
okay, yeah. But what I was saying was, I don't know if we're coming to a consensus or not because I do believe logic is what we know. All these logical structures or standards that we abide by is just like all of reality. Obviously, we also abide by these. Wait, hold on. I was shut up. Tim.
Yo, wait, pause.
Hold on. I
Temma,
believe
yeah,
we
Temma, you gotta
also-
mute.
wait,
Temma. Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, what I'm saying. Also, I believe we abide by these moral principles that are set in place as well, and all this other shit. I do think it would be the main branches as we all know these branches. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
It's not anything that's like important or anything. I just do believe that there are four main branches. It's not like acting an actual fact, but it could just be a derivative of philosophy. You agree to that?
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say this very clearly. I'm gonna ask you if you agree or disagree because I feel like we're like coming to like so there's a bit of conflict, but there's like obviously something we can get past. So I'm gonna like suffice it like this. So for example, philosophy holds these like it holds logic, and I'm just trying to say it's a main branch. But you would agree that you're not trying to say it's like the main branch because you already agreed that already. Because I was a bit finical about the word. I said, can we please drop this term? He said, oh, I'm not saying it's the main branch. You're good. You're good. So I just want to make sure I cover this exactly. I'm not denying that logic exists in philosophy, or it covers everything we talk about in reality. I'm specifically saying it holds massively more, like crazily more. So if you're just saying, oh, logic exists in philosophy, I'm fully okay with that. But I'm not gonna say all philosophy.
What the hell? Yo, Infinity. What the? Okay. Hold on. What the fuck happened? Give me perms. What the fuck is this nigga doing? Yo. Hey, yo, wait, hold on. Is somebody kicking y'all down there? If they're, oh, hold on. Let me look at audio logs. Yo, Infinity, what's going on? What the hell? What the fuck? Alright.
Oh, let me make this point across, and then like I'm done with this shit. Like I did ask but nobody's kicking me down, but this shit is like keeps fucking lagging.
Hey,
cutting me
Loki,
off.
it's Loki fucking on me too. Don't worry, I crashed too. Don't worry. Go ahead.
So yeah, what I was saying was it doesn't have to. Actually, you weren't finished. Go ahead, finish.
Okay. So how I'm gonna say this exactly is I don't know if you're trying to get the point off that you believe all philosophy is logic or you're not. Like, do you mind if I just ask you that first, like a simple yes or no? Like, do you believe all philosophy is logic or contingent upon logic? Is that what you're trying to get off here? Am I like strawmanning you?
No, not at all. I don't believe all
Go ahead, then.
philosophy is logic. I just believe logic is a main derivative of philosophy, or one of the main.
Can we not
derivatives of
say main?
philosophy.
Can we just say? Can we not say main? Can we just say derivative of like philosophy?
Wait, what do you believe is a problem with saying main? Or
Okay,
one of the
because
mains?
I mean, okay, so everything we use to understand stuff is logical systems, sure. So it may use logic to understand these things, but philosophy deals with certain notions that exist, that exist outside of understanding of logical systems. So I would say, like, for example, stuff like the lack of logic, the lack of knowing, the lack of understanding, the stuff that we don't know exists, but it's hypothetical existing. Like, that stuff right there, that stuff right there, like, that kind of deals with stuff, like, outside of
Wait.
logical systems. Like, that kind of shit right there.
Yeah,
Just use
but
logic to
philosophy
understand
is
the stuff.
philosophy is the study of all this knowledge, nature, and reality, and all that's built
It's the
upon
study of
some
everything. Literally the
logical
study of
standards.
everything.
Yeah, it could be the study of everything. However,
That's
most
it.
of everything is built upon these logical standards. So what is like? I don't believe you actually describe what is
Okay, you know what?
wrong
Actually,
or
perfect example
fundamentally.
then. So philosophy deals with a thing called set theory. You know what set theory is?
Yes, I'm aware what set theory is, but I do believe it uses logic
Okay.
as well.
So wait a minute. I'm gonna say it like this. So I'm gonna sum it down in like really simple terms because I don't want to get too complex on you. Okay. So it proposes the idea that there could be sets beyond sets, and then there's a new set theory I came across lately.
Wait. Before you continue, doesn't it provide reasoning behind why? Doesn't it provide reason behind why it
The
believes
problem with that is you know what? That's the flaw. Here we go. Is set theory itself uses reasoning to describe certain factors, sure. But when you get to a certain point in set theory, the hypothetically exist. Now, I already told you we use reasoning to understand if stuff could hypothetically exist or not. We just don't actually, that doesn't derive or denote if something does exist in it.
Yes, it doesn't actually truly have to exist.
bet.
However, if it's
That's-
describing this
Oh wait,
reasoning
wait a minute.
behind
I
why
wasn't
it
done
would
yet. I
exist
just
or
like I
why
took
it
a
would be
breath.
good
I wasn't
hypothetical,
done. Yeah, I just took a
that
breath,
would.
bro.
Huh?
Okay, infinity. One sec. So do you know what the absolute infinity is?
I mean, I've heard
You
of
know
it,
what?
but go ahead and define it.
Okay, so how Cantor described this is it's like an omnipotent. I want to say omnipotent. I want to say some. Actually, I would say omnipotent because that's what he worded it as. Like literally said it. But he described that as some omnipotent being that is beyond all these sets, and these sets could hold any quantity, anything, knowing to logic. It does not hold the unknown to logic, but it does hold the known. But once you reach the top of the ladder, the highest point in the ladder, you're beyond all sets of logic. It exists outside of logic. So philosophy deals, like, I would say one of the main branches is definitely math, 100%. They deal with a lot of things that don't exist in math and do exist in math. So I would say, like,
If you're saying
go ahead.
if you're saying one of the main branches is math, however, logic is included within most mathematics, and logic is literally included with what you described. Other than this absolute infinity, even the hypotheticals that you have put forth, logic still deals with that. You still haven't
You know what,
actually
actually, I feel like we
described
can
why
do
this
this.
should not be a.
I know what we can do
Huh?
here. I know what we can do here. Don't worry. So you want to disagree? I'm not gonna say main because I think I already asked you before if we can like drop that little like word because that word's like a little bit weird. Okay. So I'm gonna say this exactly is we're gonna come to the consensus on logic is we could say most of philosophy. We could do that. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. But maybe logic is most of philosophy. Sure. You just have to like whenever you're saying like I'm assuming your character's like so if you're doing this you're gonna say my character's beyond all philosophy or something like that or like beyond logic beyond philosophy. So I'm gonna ask you two things. If you do this, you have to prove pause. You have to show what logic it is. Show how this logic correlates to this exact thing, even if it exists outside the verse. And I think he's left VC. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I think I don't know what the hell's going on with Discord. I checked audio log, so it's not anybody dropping him down.
Am I going slow enough? Do you think I'm doing slow enough for him or no?
Yeah, I think it talk perfectly fine. I mean, I haven't been listening. I just been like reading the chat and shit like that.
Justine, I'm not debating anyone else after this because this is already getting a little too annoying. Could you invite Akano up, please?
Sure. Yo, Akano, boost up the server, please, and thank you.
Am I already boosting here?
I think so.
Akano, I appreciate everything you did today. Thank you again for helping me with the homework.
Hold on.
Vinny said I can't do it. He said, "Oh my God, this like I can't do it." He can't. We do this another time, or
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I like try to say I'm postponing something with someone, it never ever works out. Like here, let me try to let me see what he said in chat real quick. Let me see.
Nah, he's saying he can't do it right now because of the lag. That's what he's saying.
It's all good.
I mean, if the debate's over, then me and Nell and some other people are gonna fucking fix it.
I'm gonna be real. I really don't postpone debates because I end up forgetting about them. And never finish them. That's not good. The dude's cool. Actually, I think he's pretty cool. I'm real with you. If he wants to debate or something like that again, we could do that. Obviously, I'm just saying for right now, I'm not doing anything. If he's done, I feel like there's a lot of prerequisites. Holy God, dude, my back hurts.
Let's really boost up the server.
Yeah, I think. How you been?
I'm about to hop on block.
Yeah, good. How are you?
I'm about to hop on block first though.
The problem with that is I don't be doing anyhow after someone reminds me.
Look at this. Jaden, look at this. My pass. You're a little
Oh, damn.
decade of love.
Yo, someone stopped the recording.
Yeah, right. Yeah, someone. I promise you and everything. Raya was not judging a single debate from me or anything. Like after watching him versus Sonic, I can confidently say that dude is not judging any debate from me ever. After watching that, shit, bro, he's never judging one of my debates ever. Look, people are sitting here like throwing polls around, like, oh, let's see who won. Like, listen, let's keep it real for a moment. We haven't even started the debate to see who won. Like, what the hell is even polls for?
No. Yeah, I haven't even started the debate.
Oh,
people just be
doing
the debate. I don't know. People just be doing that. I don't know.
Okay, wait a minute. So, what are we doing exactly?